Hello, I'm Tammy McKenzie. I'm the director of the Ola Fellowship. What's the role of specialists from all sectors in the global conversation on AI? Are we the ones bringing the answers? Are we the ones who are going to be the only ones able to sit at the table and have the conversation to figure out how things should work for everybody else? I don't think so. I think that because the questions of AI involve all of society, because they're hard and complex and need us to get together in conversation, I think that the role of specialists is to make space for everybody in the conversation, to use our specialties in such a way as to explain ourselves, find ways to explain ourselves so that the people have the knowledge that they need to be making the good decisions, so that we're not installing a kind of technocracy where only the specialized experts have the knowledge. So it's an important distinction within the Ola Fellowship between providing answers, which we consider to be an AI literacy task, and hosting the conversation, which is what we are asking our specialists to do. So as an AI specialist, you've joined the fellowship, you've been invited to join the fellowship, specifically because you're already working in your professional life in such a way as to move the mission forward, getting everyone access to that conversation. And then when you come here, you do have three, but there's two kinds of interactions. There's the interaction between peers, where we're working on collaboration, professional development together, from interdiscipline into interdisciplinary groups, where we're bringing our specialty to bear and saying, this is how I understand it. And other people will say, this is how I understand it. And we reconcile that. Well, we have to go one step further as fellows on our mission, because our mission is not to get to tables where specialists can figure it out. It's to get everyone access to the conversation. And that word access is key to that. How we're using our own knowledge is to hold that door open, is to bring the knowledge that needs to be brought to the people and make sure they have it, and then join the conversation as a citizen, not an expert on high, not someone on stage answering the questions. What struck me about this, and what a few fellows and I were present for at an international UN high-level advisory council on AI policy meeting in Montreal last year. And what struck me and the others who were there was that the people on stage had moved from, I should say, they're policymakers. So over the years, policymaking in AI has changed. Some of you may be aware that it has changed quite radically, of course, in the last few years. But it used to be that the panels were quite a bit about, like, here's what I know, here's what I know, here's what we could do about it together. The panels in policy started switching, especially after the explosion of LLMs on the market, so that now what we have is international leaders on the stage asking hard questions, saying, we don't know how to figure this one out. And that's where we can come in as specialists, where we can say, not, I've got answers for you, world leaders, but like, here's my piece of knowledge to this great, big global project. And being humble enough to sit together and talk it through and present it to each other, and then, make sure people understand us. But then after that, join in the conversation as opposed to leading it.